Tonight's movie is Salem's Lot from 2024. I'm a pretty hardcore Stephen King fan, and I've tried twice to read this book and just haven't. Not to say there's anything wrong with the book or the story, just for some reason when I get that urge to read, which isn't crazy often, but I usually get through about 5 or 6 books a year. I just don't for some reason. So going into this, I didn't know anything really much about Salem's Lot. The amount that I did make it into the book did lead me to believe that it was going to be a vampire story. And if you're like me that knew nothing about Salem's Lot, the movie kind of follows this author who moves back to the town that he grew up in called Salem's Lot. And a couple people around the city, like just kind of everyday life. And one night a boy goes missing. He gets kidnapped and taken to this house up on the hill and then sacrificed to something, and you don't really see it too much, but as the movie starts to unfold, you realize that this is a vampire movie. I was pretty impressed with the graphicness and the CGI of it. I know a lot of vampire movies are kind of hit and miss in that realm, so I think that was done pretty well. And overall, story-wise, I think this is pretty cool. There's a couple scenes that are meant to be more serious that I thought were a little bit funny. Like there's a scene where they exhume a body because they want to test and see if this is really vampires, because it's kind of crazy that it's vampires. The body reanimates and becomes a vampire, and they're trying to figure out how to stop it, and so they make a cross out of popsicle sticks, which again, I don't know if any of this is book accurate, but just that scene was kind of funny in the way that it played out. But it was really cool too how they use the crosses in this, and crosses are these super shiny glowing weapons basically. All in all, not a terrible vampire movie if you're kind of feeling like a vampire thing. Anything's better than Twilight. I will say that this isn't a bad option to watch. What I would recommend, and I'm upset that I watched it before this, is Sinners. I really liked that movie, like a lot. It's been a while since I've seen a movie like that, and I'm upset that I watched it earlier this year. Maybe I can talk my wife into watching it, because she hasn't yet, and I'll have that be one of my movies this month. But we're running out of time. Salem's Lot from 2024. A fairly decent vampire flick. It's worth the watch.